If you are in the mood for some DIY decor, let's dig in. So on today's video, I'm going to show you how to use these corks. I want to say they're not corkscrews, they're just cork, right? Cork plugs. I don't drink wine. That's why you'll see $3 tag from Goodwill, which is pretty dang good price. So anyway, I got all these corks, various shapes and sizes and conditions, and mostly from quite a variety of different places. And I knew that there would be some fun projects that I could do. So for this fall, for this autumn, I love making my own decorations, and I didn't really have much around the Thanksgiving season. So I pulled them all out and sorted through. So different sizes, I was looking at the conditions and trying to get things that were similar shape to make a pumpkin. And you can see here lots of variety. Some there was kind of a divot in it, some had little wax seals on them. So just taking a look at the variety and sorting it out. And quite a bit over there on the left I saved for more projects later, and here's a bunch that I think would work good. Now this was harder than I thought it would be to figure out the configuration. I thought, oh well, we'll just put one in the center and then go all around, but it wasn't that simple. So you'll see here they have varying levels of stain from wine, and some of them look unused at all, or unused completely. But I decided I wanted all the nice clean sides facing out, and just going with a hot glue gun, honestly, starting to put them all together. Want to hold it for a little bit, make sure it is solidified so it doesn't get all misshapen, and be generous but not putting it at the end because you don't want it to squish out. You don't want to be able to see this when it all comes down to it. You'll see these aren't all the same length, but the important thing is to line up the side that is going to be visible to you. So starting off with a base, obviously this is going to be a little pumpkin that you want to stand up. It has to have a base that it can stand up on. So I did 3 for the bottom to start off with, and then decided to layer up instead of trying to put one in the middle and kind of go around in a circle, because when I just experimented on the table and it was a little hard to predict. So kind of winging it here and just gluing on the sides. And I probably could have even taken more care to, you know, decide, oh, this cork, let's have it face that direction, be on that side for this logo and whatnot. It's pretty random the way it is, but I like the way it turned out. So you'll see here we've got a row of 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3. I had kind of experimented, and if you do a longer one in the middle, it really just doesn't look good. So this is the closest that I could find to really looking nice. But you can experiment. I just recommend experimenting before you go gluing things. So I get that, and then trying to decide what is going to be for the front. It's kind of cool looking on the back, but going for, the top, trying to talk, I don't know, it's a struggle right now. You could do some sort of stick, or you could cut one of the corks in half. I just happen to have a shorter cork, so I decided to go for that. And I decided instead of just doing it straight up and down, to add to the kind of rusticness, I'm gluing it at an angle, nestling it in there. And carefully making sure any like wispies from the hot glue get taken away. So I'm just using regular craft acrylic paint, and I realized that it's kind of cool if you do a bit of a dry brush so it picks up the different patterns. You'll have to let me know in the comments what you think of it this way. I kind of like it. It adds to that rustic feeling of it, but I wasn't 100% sure, especially since the very first cork I did a complete cover. So I decided, since I couldn't really know for sure unless I kind of went to that point of no return, that I would go ahead and just paint it all in. But just doing the edge here, I'm not going all the way around the sides and the back. You certainly could if you wanted to, but you know, I think the point of this is to be a little rustic. Keep seeing that word. Rustic. But there we are, filling it in. I did decide to do 2 coats just because some of the logos were quite a bit darker, and figured if I was going to try to make it opaque, to make sure it was good and filled in. And then you could do felt. I decided that I liked the look of these better, these artificial leaves. So gluing one straight down, and then I do take the other one and fold it up and glue it in there just for a little extra dimension. And these kind of do look like, I mean, they're really maple leaves, but they do look more like pumpkin leaves than I could have freehanded on felt, to be honest. So decided to go one step further, obviously optional. You can use some sort of ribbon. I used this little twine, made a bow. And it's easy once you figure out, you know, sort through your corks, figure out how you want to configure it. So really fun. As long as you glued it well, it'll store well year after year. And go ahead and check out other videos. I have other DIY crafts. I have cooking recipes. Lots of fun for different holidays and just any time of the year. So I appreciate you joining me here. Again, let me know what your opinion is. Do you think you would have done it opaque like I did, or would you have left it a little more see-through with a paint so you could actually see a little bit more? But hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving and autumn, and we'll see you on the next video.